the very act of trying to play these roles will take you away from actually performing these roles. If you try to be a good father, actually, by trying to be that good father, you're saying it's going to take you away from being a good father.
It can, right? If it becomes a concept and an ideal, see, it's a very difficult line to walk, because I'm not saying that ideals are useless. And like I said, they can become good as a turning point for someone to go from being negligent and completely deadbeat to going, okay, I have some ideals. But I'm saying you can go higher than that in my understanding.
But it's a pursuit of that higher, yeah. So by making your motivation more pure, you would attain a better result.
It becomes at some point a limitation because there's still vanity in it. Better than being a deadbeat, as you might say. But there comes a point where it starts to become a limitation to the outflow of your love. Because you're trying to squeeze this love now through a toothpaste tube of a role. And I'm saying, in my life, and I do this myself because I'm still identifying with certain roles, but I'm less. And every time I remove myself from those identifications, I find I'm more loving because I'm not now trying to perform. I'm just having a loving presence. So that's the kind of way that I might prefer to look at it. Let's say I'm talking to my mom and I'm going, and I still get into arguments because I keep falling into these roles. These are long-time habits. But I try to keep being mindful and remind myself, oh, wait a minute, don't have to be her son in a kind of formal sense. Just be a loving presence. And when I take that approach with people in my life, and I fail a lot, please don't get me wrong, I'm not a saint.
We're all work in progress.
Yeah, but I'm getting better at it, which is that I now just say, just remind myself, just be a loving presence to this person. And then whatever needs to be said is said without that filter of vanity that says, I'm trying to be a good person.
So another way I could interpret that, and it just sort of reminds me of the Matrix where, Morpheus says, stop trying to hit me and hit me. So it's saying, stop trying to be a father and be a father.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
So once you take away that judgment, pretension, that vanity, that the sense of self, then you actually perform better at what you intend to do in the first place.
And look at what lies behind this idea, is the idea that you're not broken in that sense. We all got things that we can improve about, but you don't have to sink into this self-judgmental, remorseful type of existence while being humble enough to say, okay, I could have done that better. And then I learn from that and I try and do things differently the next time. We're not in denial that you do things which are not great, right? But it's just a different frame which allows you to keep being loving.
But by feeling guilty, you're not being the best version of yourself either. And sometimes, and that comes at the expense.
Yeah.
So, 100%.